KILR. KILR game.
We're going to serve hot food.
We are starting to serve hot food. Could you please extend your tray table and lift your seats to the upright position?
$700 GB. Wow. That's a big investment. With an investment like that, it's kind of like you don't want to go to another simulator, you know, because you've invested so much time into a particular simulator. You don't want to just give it all up. 7 hard drives, wow. Yeah, you can't go wrong with P3D. I think it's, even though it's based off of FSX, it's still, as far as simulation goes, I think it's pretty well. Did you upgrade to 5.2? I haven't upgraded to 5.2. Well, my computer's down, but I've heard 5.2 has a performance boost with it. Oh, you're still on 4.5. Okay. I've got 4.5 and I've got 5.1. I don't think you need a new GPU for version 5. I think version 5 is supposed to work. It's supposed to be smoother than 4.5. If it makes you feel any better, the backup computer that I'm on has a GTX 760, and I had run version 4.5 on this, and it actually ran better than what I expected. It actually ran smoother than FSX Steam did. So I don't think you'll have a problem with version 5. Very cool. If you look at this right ahead, you can see it right here. We're flying in this direction, so you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see that. So you can see it right there. One thing I hate is how the details of the sim don't stretch out far enough. So you can see all the detail here in regards to the texture replacements, you know, the replacement in the water, but then you can see the default way out here in the distance. Not too much we can do there. It's like that with Flight Simulator 5 and Flight Simulator 98, where if you get, maybe not so much with 98, maybe, but you get high enough and you can see the definition of the ground, but then a little further off, it's just like you see nothing but straight green all the way in the horizon. And as you get closer, then it starts showing the coastlines and stuff. We'll be heading off in this direction here pretty soon. I've got some editing work that I need to do, but I think while the computer is rendering and stuff, I think I'll get back to work on fixing my i7. Just I have to pull the motherboard out and then take a look at it, because I know there's one pin that's not bent. It's not it's a little bent, so I need to fix that, put the processor back on, and heat sink and all that other good stuff. And then hook it up, and hopefully it'll boot up. Because all my VR stuff is on that computer.
Ground 63, contact control 129.3.
129.3, Austin 63, до свидания.
I could have had it all done by now, but I just needed to kind of step back for a little bit and just kind of chill. It's given me plenty of time to study for my permit and get bit by dogs and have, teeth pulled as a result. Oh yeah, drying the floor. I actually had to do that 2 days in a row. The first time was bad. That was like 12 buckets of water. The day after that, it was only just 1 bucket of water. Ah! My tablet decided to reboot, and I didn't want it to. Yeah, so there's like 3 sites that I've been going to practice for my permit. That's just one of them right there. So I've been going back and forth between these 3 sites. One of them I paid a lifetime membership on.
I have some drink for you, Captain. Here you are.
Well, thank you. It was 150, but it's a lifetime membership or lifetime subscription. That's what I mean. So I pay that once, and I have access to the website for as long as the website is around, and that's good because I can. You have to renew your license I think it's every 2 years. Or is it every... No, I think it's every 2. And also, I'll be going for endorsements. So, like the hazardous materials, the tankers, pulling doubles and triples. I plan on getting endorsements for all of those. And so the one site, it covers all that, so that way you can test it. And I've been, this whole time, like every day or every other day, I've been going through and I've been working on these practice tests and studying and stuff. I mean, I'm confident that I'll pass the test at this point. The thing that's holding me back is that whole medical exam thing, and it's irritating the crap out of me. And I was hoping I would finally be able to get past it today, because they wanted some forms filled out by my doctor, because apparently the statement that my doctor provided them wasn't good enough. So I had to wait 2 weeks to get an appointment with my doctor. Saw him yesterday, and also told him about the dog thing. He didn't seem concerned, because he said if you were going to have an infection, it would have happened by now. But so yeah, it took 2 weeks to see him. He got the forms. I went into the medical center today, and they're like, no, we have to have medical records to go along with this. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? It's like my doctor's I've been under his care for years. Oh, we just need something that shows the past 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, that's not what this form says. And then also, because this is really stupid. Even my doctor agrees that this whole thing is just stupid. Because I had my tooth pulled, I was on hydrocodone, which is a pain reliever. But it's also a big thing that I suppose is a big no-no when it comes to the trucking industry, because one, there is there's an addiction to it, and also I think it affects driving performance or something like that. Well, the thing is that it was prescribed for my tooth before and after the extraction, because I was in so much pain. And after the tooth was extracted, I only used it for like 3 days. Well, they want a statement from the orthodontist that states that I am no longer on that medication. I'm like, are you serious? It's like I showed the receipts of seeing the dentist that referred me to the orthodontist, and I have the receipt for the orthodontist that's got the dates and everything on there, and they want me to get a statement from the orthodontist that says that I am no longer on that medication. And so I went to the orthodontist today. They're not open. The doctors aren't open. There was some lady there, like staff was there, and she remembered who I was and said, "Oh, I will talk to them and I can get it to you on Monday." So, yeah. And then there is going into the Department of Transportation to go take the permit. You gotta have, your forms of identification and stuff. They want to see a birth certificate. So, where I am and where I was born are two different states. So, I had to go to the Department of Vital Statistics, their website from that state, to order my birth certificate to be brought here. I have a digital copy of it, which means I have a physical certified copy somewhere, but wherever I thought it was, it's not. So I ordered another copy, a certified copy, because I got to go into the Department of Transportation with my certified birth certificate. I also have to have my Social Security card, which I just recently ordered and received because I don't remember where the old one went. So I have those two. Driver's license, well, I already got that. But then I have to show proof of residence. So I have a couple of things from government. So I have the letter from the Social Security office that sent me the card that has my address on it. So there's one. And then there was another one when President Joey was sending Money Joe, Joe Money, was sending out the stimulus checks and sent out this real basic form letter or whatever. So yeah, Department of Treasury. So I've got something from them that has my address on it. So I've got two things to show. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. The test itself is going to be easy. By the time I get to the test, I'll just breeze right through it. Everything else getting to that test is a pain in the ass. Do I have to get to level 5 and buy a garage before you can get them?
World Travel Officer, Hotel 902 Warp Heavy. Contact Ujung Pandang Center on 128.1.
Apparently I'm contacting something here.
128.1. World Travel Oscar Hotel 902 Warp Heavy.
It's hard to read it. Okay, so Ujung Pandang Center, that's where we're going. Normally I have this undocked, but the problem that I had is when I undocked this, the frames got really bad. So I have to have it on here.
Ujung Pandang Center, World Travel Oscar Hotel 902 Warp Heavy, with you, flight level 360. World Travel Oscar Hotel 902 Warp Heavy, Ujung Pandang Center, roger.
Yeah, we had some bumps on the way in, sir, unless you can give us a ride report at 33 and 35 maps. But for now, 310, we'll accept it.
Roger. Continue compound for the 310.
Time level 310, and that's 858.
Eventually down the road, I want to have my own truck and be in business for myself, because then my wife can come along and she can ride with me. I also have a better chance of being able to make enough money to where I can go to flight school, you know, and be able to buy my own aircraft and actually fly for real. The thing about trucking is it's not a dead-end job, you know, it's very open-ended. And that license opens up a lot of doors. I've worked in an office for 15, 20 years and I'm done. I can't do it anymore. They're just dead-end jobs. A lot of places will only bring you on as a contractor. So you don't have any days off, or well, you have days off, but you don't have any paid holidays, you don't have benefits, and you work as a contractor, wondering if you'll get renewed every 3 months, in the hopes that maybe you'll be hired on as a permanent employee, and then if you're lucky, you wind up becoming an actual employee of the company and have paid time off and holidays and benefits and stuff, and then 5-6 years down the road, you wind up getting laid off. So it's been the same story over and over and over again. I can't take it anymore. I'm done. I can't do it. So that's why I'm going into trucking. It's not a dead end job. And the automated semis, now that's not going to replace real drivers. They already have issues with automated cars as it is. Like I recently read a story in regards to a Tesla that was on auto drive or something. There's like no one in the car, but it killed like 2 people. And that's happening with the Tesla. Can you imagine an 80,000 pound semi truck that's not being operated by anyone going down the highway, or a whole fleet of them going down the highway? No thanks. I wouldn't want to drive next to those things. Plus, the other things about trucking also is I've always had a fascination with it. It's something that I've always thought about off and on, about doing. I like driving. I like traveling. It's a no-brainer. I do this whole flight simulator stuff. But it's also an opportunity to be able to go into business for myself as a driver. So, it's just getting my foot through the door. And it's like the door is like right here, and there's like all these potholes all the way to that door. Some I see, and some I keep tripping over and falling flat on my face. So it's like I'm getting closer to the door, but I keep stumbling over something, and I, hit the ground with face. So I'm a bit beaten up and battered here at the moment. But I am going to be making a video about it. A lot of the trucking videos that I've seen, I haven't seen anyone really make a video in regards to the process of getting into a starter company. And I'll be making a video about the pains that I've been going through just to get there. But for other people that are looking to get into the business, I don't want them to feel dismayed about trying to get in by, if they happen to have a lot of difficulties like what I'm having at the moment. Because, oh man, I was so frustrated earlier today that I was just about ready to give up. But I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn bastard. I'll say I give up, blah blah blah, but I'm like, after I cool off, I'm just like, no, I just keep keep going. So part of me thinks that they're, you know, sitting behind a counter laughing, saying, let's just see how badly he really wants to be in this line of work. Let's just make this as difficult as we possibly can for him. Let's see how dedicated he is to wanting to winning. That's what it feels like at the moment. I tell you what, based on some of the trucking channels that I've seen out there with the type of people that are driving, I'm a lot better than that. That's the frustrating thing, is like, I know that I would be I know I would be a good driver. I know I would be a responsible driver. And you know, I feel like they just keep throwing the brick wall at me. But yet you've got other people, you know, much younger than I am, 22, 23 years old, you know, whatever, that really, at least from the videos that I've seen, they're not overly mature. Or you got the ones that, you know, wind up in the accidents and stuff. And just silly things that I've seen. One channel that I watch is Bonehead Truckers. They usually show a lot of truckers that do boneheaded things. It's actually kind of funny channel. And of course they pick on Swift a lot. But I've some of the things that I've seen some of these truckers do, what goes to my mind is, what did they do? Forget what they were trained? I mean, you know, I've been doing all of my studying and stuff, so I know what the things that you're supposed to do and the things that you're not supposed to do. And some of these bonehead truckers, you know, the videos that I've seen, it's like, dude, man, you were trained not to do that. Or you were trained you were supposed to do this instead, you know? So it's frustrating, because I know that I would do the right thing, and where there's a lot of people out there on the road that are not doing the right thing. It's kind of like, let me prove it to you. We're 33 nautical miles to the intersection Sobia. S-O-B-I-A. Sierra Oscar Bravo India Alpha. And that is on Navigraph. And I will show that here. This is what we're, what did I say? Like 30, 50 miles or something like that. So we're getting close to this intersection here. So we're over here in this area. Not sure which island that is. I'll have to look up and see what that island is. But then we'll be flying over this right here. Ambon? Ambon? Yeah. Ambon, Indonesia. It's the Patamura Airport is right over here on the edge. I don't know if we'll see that in FS9 or not, but yeah, we will be getting there. So this is about where we're at right now. you can tell that I have live weather turned on because it changes the the weather pops in. There's no transition to it. So yeah, I have a weather program that's injecting weather information into FS9. I wish it would work for Flight Simulator 2002, but well, fortunately there's not anything for that. Just have to manually put it in. We have 121 pounds of fuel. I might have to cheat with the fuel. I'm not sure if it's enough or not. We're about halfway there, though. Been streaming for 3 hours. We got about another 3 hours left of the flight. Okay, we are on our way to Ambon. Just changing this here so that way you can see the other windows. So AMN, got about 96 miles until we get to that. That's what we have left there. And I can click on this. Here's the overhead. So you can see this is what we have as far as fuel. I don't think this is going down too quickly, though. The last time that we looked at this was a while ago, and I think it was like in the 40s. So I think we'll be okay. And I don't know if that information can be read here or not, or if this is just... because obviously it's flat. Now there's something here. No, you can sort of read it. Here it is. So yeah, it's the information is showing here correctly. It's just flat. Our passengers are 100% satisfied. They've had food, they've had drinks, they've watched a movie. They're doing pretty good.
5, resume own navigation.
Okay, I've looked up some information on Ambon.
Turn right heading
It's the
025,
capital.
resume own navigation. Climb and maintain
We have
window
someone.
5000. Moving uniform Oscar Bravo.
Resmalo. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Killer Gamer channel. So, what are we? About 80 miles from Ambon. It's the largest city of the Indonesian province of Maluku. The city is also known as Ambon Manis, which means beautiful or pretty. Ambon. Population of 331,000 as of 2010. 347,000 as of 2020. Let's see what other information I can find here. Ambon became the first city in the Southeast Asia to be recognized as the UNESCO City of Music in 2019. Ambon was colonized by Portugal in 1526. What else here? Tropical rainforest climate. Ooh, the government office looks actually pretty sweet looking here. What'd it do? Okay, there we go. Some of this might key out. There's like green grass, so it might key out a little bit, but take a look at that. That is a government building in Ambon, or yeah, government office. Here's a cathedral. This is the Franciscus Xavierus Cathedral of Ambon City. Is that right there? So yeah, some pretty nice stuff there. What else is here? The Fort Victoria is a Portuguese and Dutch heritage fortress located in the heart of Ambon City. Here is that fortress right there.
Morning, identified Ribeiro, contact at level 370, report Nilo. Report Nilo, 7986 meter level.
See if I can find any. I thought this was kind of a neat picture. If you think about Hollywood, you know, where you got the words up on a hill, they have Ambon City of Music, I think is what that says, right there, up on a hill. Here's a picture of the coastline. That really looks... It's kind of keying out there on the screen, but... yeah, that looks really pretty cool. And that's it there. Ambon. A-M-B-O-N. So that's it right there. 2328 Zulu. Yeah, just four minutes away. So we'll be getting to Solace at 2341. We're moving right along here.
Control, you call Postman for receiving 11.
Give you a top-down view here so you can see where we're at. I think we've got about another 400 miles before we get to some other point of interest, because we got like 3 more intersections to go to before we get to another VOR. So it's a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this in external view. I'll do a save so we can save our progress, and I'll put it into external view so that way I can step away from the computer for a little bit, and then I'll come back. So I'll go ahead and take care of that right now. Get a good view. Oh, look! Got a little bit of detail down here.
Heavy, you are 500 above your assigned altitude. Turn right heading 200, proceed on course, descend and maintain flight level 315. Turn right heading 200, proceed on course, descend and maintain flight level 315. Use altitude 632 heavy.
Before I switch here. Okay, good. Just making sure my altitude and everything is good. There we go. We can set our view up right there. And I will be back in a little bit. enjoy the flight. Oh, you know what? No, that'll be good. I'll be back in a little bit.
Control Skymark 107, Navy 10,900, climbing to flight level 180.
Skymark 107.
Climb on maintain flight level 300, Skymark 107.
Well, hello everyone. I am back here, and there's a bunch of frames and stuff that I don't want there to be. And I'm making myself disappear, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff here, so there. So we are 150 miles away from Hypno, which I believe I have here on Navigraph. Yep, I do. Here is Navigraph here. So we are crossing the pond here from this island over to here. So that's where Hypno is at. So we are more than halfway through now. We're right here, and we're working our way over. So here are the next waypoints along the way. Makassar, Mike Kilo Sierra, is going to be like one of the next points of interest, I guess you could say. Oh my. There seems to be a cloud problem. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's like the clouds are stuck on the windscreen or something. Maybe it's just reflections. And it looks okay from this side, but... Yep, so there's the island that we're leaving, and then the next one is out yonder there. Since the last time I checked on fuel, we've used about 6 pounds worth of fuel. I think we got more than enough fuel for us to get there. At the rate we're going. Because right now it's using the fuel from the center tank. It hasn't even used the left and right tanks yet.
Control Tokyo Iva 191, leading 13,000 for flight level 180, followed by D and request the right to me.
Iva 191 Tokyo Control, ground maintain flight level 400.
Continue flight level 400 and request the right to me, Iva 191.
Standby.
There's my case for my level D 767. I was looking for that. Got a nice little manual here for the aircraft.
Passenger channel descent Q19, approaching middle.
Channel 219, contact control 126.9.
126.9, channel descent Q19.
There's a button where you can call the cabin, which I just did, and it's supposed to bring up some choices, but it didn't do that.
Canal 141, control identified, next report at Kilo Delta.
Go to next Kilo Delta, South Dinner 141.
This is perfect. This is what I need to go through, is this manual here. It's not that big. It's got tutorials here on the normal procedures and checklists as far as going through the like cold and dark and setting up your flight and stuff. The actual manual for it, it goes into a lot of details, but it doesn't have like a simple to the point type of thing. So this actually, I'll have to take a closer look at this manual here. This is actually a nice one. Something else that this package has for the Level D 767 is a it's like a poster. It's a 767-300 ER panel familiarization sheet. So it's got the dash here on this side. I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, so that's the dash. And then you've got the overhead and the throttle area and the FMC. Definitely nice. Definitely want to do some more flights with this one. But I got other things to check out too. There it is. I was wondering where it is. Yeah, so this is another one I definitely want to get going here on FS9. Is the 747-400, the PMDG. This one's brand new, never opened. Interesting. PMDG FS9 requires Windows XP, a Pentium 4 or Athlon 2 gigahertz, at least 100 megabytes of free space, 512 megabytes or more of RAM, and a video card must have 64 megabytes or more. I don't think we'll have a problem. Get the joys of flying a PMDG without having to pay $150 and, you know, a supercomputer in order to run it decently.
Climb and maintain 16,000. Climb and maintain 16,000. 15 heavy.
There's the beginning of the other island there. Passenger satisfaction is down to 98%. I think we need to get some more food and stuff out there. How about some drinks?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving drinks.
We'll get them liquored up. Look at that. We were right at 0000 Greenwich Mean Time. So we got about 2.5 hours left. Hypno, there's Hypno right there. Nabat, that's the one right after that. This one here, Nabat, is actually not on Navigraph. I found one that was close, but click on the FMC. This is the only way that it works. Is like everything else you can activate in the virtual cockpit. The FMC is the only thing that you can't. So this is what we have left here. Still got a little ways to go. Yeah, our and this is not the actual airport we're going to. It's just one that's close, because the actual airport that we're going to is a closed airport, which is not in FS9. So there's scenery that added it. So this is the closest airport to it, right here. So roughly around 0230 hours. Greenwich Mean Time. We should be there.
And then 4986, contact control 126, decimal 1, goodbye.
126, decimal 1, clear, 7986.
show you where we're at here on Navigraph, or close to it. We're right in this area right here, right there. This is where we're going through right now. So Makassar is right over here, so there's a little bay area that we're crossing over. And then once we cross over more water and get to the other end of this island, that's where Makassar is at. Got a few towns down there, right along the edge, over there. Oops. Clicked on something, didn't mean to click that.
Central, good morning at channel 431, mention level 240.
Channel 431, control, good morning. Radar contact, report Abyss.
X report Abyss on channel 431.
All Nippon 364, contact Central approach, Burma 9, decimal 17.
Approach 119 on 17 on 13.
Got about 200 miles until we get to Makassar. Oh man, my back is hurting. I still have strained muscles from the dog that I fought off. So, whew. We're flying a 0.81 Mach 0.815 Mach. And we've got roughly 2 hours and 20 minutes left of the flight. Level D, 767-300ER. Are you ready for your check ride? From FlightSim.com Armchair Aviator Award, the best simulation there is of this popular airliner and arguably the best procedural simulation of any type available for Flight Simulator.
Nippon 364, contact Central Approach from 190 decimal 17.
Airbus 11917 on the 1364.
Interesting how you're able to get PMDG aircraft from Aerosoft. Which now I think you have to get it directly from PMDG, I think. Which is what I would normally do. If it's there, then I'll usually get it directly from the vendor rather than a third party. Just because if there's ever any updates or anything, you're more than likely going to pick it up from the actual developer rather than having to wait for it to show up on a third party site. We got some civilization going on over here, it looks like.
Cessna Charlie Tango Delta. Climb and maintain 14,000. Climb and maintain 14,000. Cessna Charlie Tango Delta.
Check a map here and see what it is that we're flying over. Oh. Okay, I think we're seeing the cities of Langkawala, Daoli, Paowi, Kasaputh. A lot of these I cannot pronounce. Boribor, Bo Penang, Bo Epenang. Those are actually, some of those are over here on the edge. So Bujing Kalo is like right over here, and Bo Ipinyang is like right around here. And that road right there think that matches what I'm looking at on Google Maps. There's going to be a big stretch of seawater that we'll be flying over. We'll be going over the Java Sea. So if you ever wanted to see where JavaScript came from, we'll be flying over that. Okay, I can see the other island out here in Makassar. It's going to be right on the other side of it. So there's the coastline here of that island, and then Makassar is right on the other side there. And then we'll be flying over the Java Sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
That's always important. ...104 miles to Makassar.
Turn left heading 230, climb and maintain flight level 350791.
Let's talk about Makassar here. Makassar, Indonesia, also known as Ujung Padang, is a port city on the eastern Indonesia's Sulawesi Island. So that's Sulawesi Island right up ahead. It's known for its seafood restaurants. That's my favorite. I love seafood. I haven't had any good seafood in a while. Let's see, is it Makassar?
Makassar, Makassar,
Makassar.
Makassar.
Okay, so that's how it's pronounced, Makassar.
Indonesia 5222, you are 25 miles west, turn right heading 085, descend and maintain 1,500, expect vectors ILS, runway 13, approach 776, you are 42 miles southwest, turn left heading
So most of the inhabitants are Makassar people or Makassaris.
runway 13, approach Indonesia 5222, turn left heading 010,
It's been an important trading port. Fort Rotterdam is located there.
33 and 35 cents, but for now 310 we'll accept.
Roger. Get 3 contact over 310.
Level 310, that's 858.
Their public transportation system is called the Pete or the Pite, known elsewhere in Indonesia as the Angkot. They're like little minibuses. A Pete is a minibus that has been modified to carry passengers. Hold on, I gotta show you a picture of this. Come on. So the blue little buses there, and it's kind of keying out there, but those are Pete's. Pete's. That's the sound they make too when they come to pick you up. Beep beep. They've got a monorail that goes through there. Trans Studio Makassar is the third largest indoor theme park in the world. Interesting. Indoor theme park. This is the theme park there. Also, the 17th century Fort Rotterdam is there. The Kiribati Link, the first underground shopping center, is located there. There's a floating mosque located at Lasari Beach. And also the Bolasarong National Park is a well-known area that's famous for the remarkable collection of butterflies. Ugh. Interesting. Sounds like an interesting place to visit. And it's coming up. Makassar is right up ahead. Right up here. We still got a couple of hours, so let's get the other movie going on here for our passengers. They get to see 2 movies. How about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just started the in-flight movie displaying on the screens ahead. You will find a set of headphones to your left. You can adjust the language and volume on the dials next to your seat.
Alright, so what is next after Makassar? Let's see, Indog, which is an intersection. Indog, Saiput, Lasem. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is all going to be bring up Navigraph here. So this is Makassar right here. And then the next intersections that we're going along here are all over here in the water. So there won't be too much to see except for maybe on the sides.
Confirm report which point, Air Channel 910.
Channel 910, point Milan.
Report the Milan, Air Channel 910.
So we'll go ahead and do another external view, and I'll go ahead and make the webcam disappear. I need to go rest my back a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit before we get to the next island. That's Makassar right there.